Hi, this is Alex Fernandez at Bud and Doug Walters Auto Sales in Kalamazoo, doing an interior demonstration of some of the main features on this 2018 Honda CR-V EXL all-wheel drive. I'll begin by talking about the touchscreen that you'll see here. We'll then work our way down to talking about the climate controls, and then work our way over to the steering wheel controls, stalks behind it, and some of the other buttons that we've got around us here. Starting with the touchscreen, we have a couple of touch-sensitive buttons along the side here, along with a volume and power dial in the bottom left-hand corner. Each one of these functions gives us one of the primary features of this screen. So you'll notice we have the home button, which would take us from any one feature back to this main screen. We have the audio button, which we also have on the screen, which would open whatever source of music you're listening to, whether that's AM, FM, satellite radio, Bluetooth, anything like that. The phone button there is going to open up our phone settings, where we're able to connect a phone for Bluetooth hands-free calling. What that will do is also sync up contacts and call log history, so you have access to all that while you're in the car. Going back to the audio page, we have available to us our presets along the bottom. There's just more than one page of those there. We have a scan button, we have tuning buttons to change the station, and we also have seek buttons here to change the station. To set a preset, you simply choose a station that you'd like and press and hold in whichever slot you'd like that station to be in. Going back to our home page, you'll notice we have an icon there that says smartphone connection. This Honda CR-V is equipped with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which allows you to plug in a compatible Android or Apple smartphone via a USB cable into the car, where you're able to access things like Google and Apple Maps, Waze, music, podcasts, phone calls, and text messages all right up on the screen of the car here, just like you'd see it on your phone. It's a super handy feature. Really works well. Moving to the phone section. Right now we don't have a phone connected. If we were to choose to connect one, we walk through that process on the smartphone and the Bluetooth settings to begin that process. Last button we have here is a back button. Just pulls us out of whatever screen we're in to the previous menu. And at the very bottom there, we have brightness adjustment for the screen itself. Working our way down, our climate control. It is dual zone. We have driver and passenger controls here, and that will be displayed in the top corners of the screen. And when you make a change, you'll see that reflected up there. Our fan speed is just in the middle here. Again, you'll see that reflected on the screen as it's changed, up or down. We have an on-off switch for the climate control, our recirculate modes. We have our front and our rear defroster. And the rear defroster also includes heated side view mirrors. Within each dial, we have a button. On the driver's side, we have auto mode. On the passenger side, we have sync, which would pair those two zones together. If the driver or passenger want different temperatures, they simply have to change them to get what they want. Beneath that, we have our heated seats for both driver and passenger, high, medium, and low settings for that. We also have a climate button there, which allows us to open up a screen where we're able to change some of those primary climate control functions right up on the screen of the car. Moving on to the steering wheel, we have some of our cruise control and safety features on the steering wheel here. Using our cruise control, to turn that on, we'll press that main button, which will then activate those two green little icons that you see there. Once that cruise control is turned on, we're able to then set our speed up with the plus sign, slow down with the minus sign, and cancel there. This vehicle is also equipped with adaptive cruise control, which allows you to adjust the distance that you want this Honda to maintain with the vehicles in front of you, and it'll slow itself down and speed itself up within the given speed and distance that you've set. The last button here is our lane keep assist. You'll see LKAS up on the gauge cluster there. That's a system that's designed to maintain you in your lane if there are clearly marked road lines, and if you were to drift towards one of them, it can nudge you back into your lane as needed. Moving over to the left side of the steering wheel here, we have volume controls for our radio. Our left and right buttons here will cycle through our presets that we have set. The up and down button allows us to change between the sources of audio that are available. This button here controls the screen that you see in front of you, and you'll have a few different types of information that we can display there. Pressing that will toggle through them, and pressing enter would select and open up that page on the screen for you. Just beneath that we have our phone hands-free buttons, answering, hanging up a call, and our voice commands there. For your windshield wipers, that'll be this stalk here. Single bump on that stalk upwards is going to make a single swipe. Clicking down will then work our way through intermittent, which we can adjust here, low speed and high speed. The rear wiper, we have 3 positions as well: off, intermittent, and on. For the sprays for both front and rear, if we want to spray for the front, we pull the stalk towards us. If you want to spray for the rear, we rotate either all the way up to the top here or all the way down to the bottom here. Looking at the stalk on the left, that's going to control our headlights. Headlights are automatic, but you have the choice to turn them off if you'd like them off and you want to turn them on your own. We also have fog lights, and those will link up with the automatic headlights and turn on when it's dark enough out. Your blinkers are there as well. Also, we have high beams available on that as well. Looking to our left here, we have some other features. We have our road departure mitigation, as they call it. And that's simply a system designed to warn you if you're drifting out of your lane. That's an extension of that lane keep assist, but is more a warning than a interaction or a intervene type feature. Beneath that, we have our forward collision mitigation, which is designed to, in the case of an impending collision, alert the driver and attempt to apply the brakes if they are not applied by the driver. This button here turns off our traction control, which is on by default when the vehicle is turned on. This button here opens or closes the powered liftgate of this car. On our door, we do have driver memory settings. We have 2 presets there, so you're able to have 2 saved positions for this driver's side seat. And then we also have window switches, our window locks, our door locks, and our mirror adjustment controls there. Looking up above, we also have a sunroof in this vehicle. You'll notice there's a shade on that right now. Our sunroof controls are just here. We are able to open that by pulling back on that switch, close it by pushing forward, and tilt it by pushing straight up on that switch. This button here allows us to adjust the dome lights and whether or not they come on with the doors being opened and closed. You're able to turn those dome lights on just by pressing on them as well. We also have HomeLink garage door opener programmable buttons there, so you're able to program in your garage door remote and use those buttons instead. We have a glasses case here for your sunglasses or whatever you want to keep up there, as well as a mirror for keeping an eye on the backseat occupants. One last thing that this vehicle has that's just outside of us here is the blind spot monitor and the side view mirrors. We have that present on both driver and passenger sides. What that's going to do for us is when a vehicle is present in the blind spot, it'll illuminate those icons in an orange light so that you're able to determine that there's somebody present in your blind spot and take appropriate action as needed. Hopefully I've covered all the main functions of this vehicle. If you have any questions, please refer to us at waltersautos.com or feel free to call at 269-375-7008 to set up an appointment or ask any questions. Thank you.